G'day, g'day groovers. Welcome to Aussie Nomad Unfiltered. I'm going to call this segment Unfiltered. It used to be Urban Insights, but I'm going to call it Unfiltered because it's an opportunity for me to just cruise around and speak frankly to you guys. No slick editing, no slick cuts. We say it how it is on Unfiltered. But anyway, here we are, my last day. We're heading off to Hua Hin today. I'm very excited about that. But I'm also sad that I have to leave Jomtien because I have really enjoyed myself here. I know I'm on a busy ass road here, guys. I'm going to take off in a minute, but my hotel's just up there. I'll show you before we end the stream, but it is the, what's this one called over here? The Empire. But you could see even out here in Jomtien, you still have lady bars everywhere, guys. It's, I would have thought it's something, hang on, let me do up me bag here. So I would have thought once you got out of Pattaya, I've got to get that right pronunciation, Pattaya. These bars would have dimmed off a bit, but mate, they're everywhere. And it's something you've got to get used to if you come here, the lady bars. And here's the thing, I'll be up front. I'm not into them, but they're here. You know, I do like a good bar session. I really enjoy live music, and that's what attracts me to a bar. And if it happens to be a lady bar, then so be it. And that's just the way it is here in Thailand. I've never been into the ladies of the night, if you know what I mean. And I'm not judging anyone out there who's into any of that stuff. Each to his own. Your life, none of my damn business. But you know, it is what it is. It's part of the economy, and yeah. But let's get back to Jomtien. There are no shortage of bloody retirees. Here, look, I'll zoom in over here. Even over here, that's a little cafe, and they're all old boys everywhere. Oh, there's even a bloody lawn bowls club here. Check it out, guys. I'm not lying. We just happen to be walking past it. Look, Paradise Lawn Bowls. I mean, who set that up? Got to be the Aussies. Now, lawn bowls. That's got to be it's got to be an English thing, right? And brought over to Australia. So looks like the Poms and the Aussies have set up a lawn bowls club, which is quite funny. So this place will score high on the expat scene. You can see here, we're just off the beach, but you can see all these high rises. We're going past one now. Sorry about the noise, guys. That's what I want, guys. I want the Colorado. I like the Chevy Colorado. Maybe not that model, but got to watch the road here, man. These back streets do lack footpaths. And funny enough, I've seen a lot of disabled guys in wheelchairs out here, circumnavigating these gnarly roads, man. But they don't seem to care. They just roll on out in front of cars. Me, however, am a little bit, I ebb on the safety side, so yeah, you got to be careful, man. You always got to watch your back with the traffic, especially like down here. The scooter will come along and clip you, and that's going to hurt. You're going to end up in hospital if one of those guys hit you. That's a big building site here. And most of these workers, again, I think are all from Burma or Myanmar, I think they call it now. They're all Burmese. We still call them Burmese, guys? Someone correct me in chat. If they change it to Myanmar, are they Myanmar people or are they still Burmese? So I'm heading to the beach, guys. Here's a major intersection here. This is Jomtien 2. All right, let's see if we can get over this road without killing myself here. But yeah, I really like this place. It's growing on me. I feel like I need way more time, man. You know, hang on, I'm gonna button off across the road, guys. All right, so we're on Jomtien 2. It's the main drag. That'll get you into Pattaya. And now, what's this street here? Long Pong. Again, so this gets you down to the beach, this one. But again, bars everywhere. I'm trying to come up with a good description for Jomtien and the kind of expats it attracts. Judging from my experience, I see a lot of old party hats retiring here. I think again, it takes a certain personality to live here, a bit of a rebellious spirit. I think a lot of these lads, it's a bit of an old lads, what if I said old lads party town? Not crazy, but you know, these are the sort of guys and expats that like a beer, they like the beach, and they like their girls, I guess. I guess you're gonna get a lot of single guys out here, but it's definitely a man's world, I would say. Should I dare say that in 2026, a place like Jomtien is a bit of a man's world. And pull me up if you disagree. I have seen a lot of expat Thai couples out here, but I haven't seen too many Westerners. A lot of tourists here, I'd say. I reckon half the people are tourists and the other half are locals. And you could pick the locals. Oh, look at this beauty. What is that? GPX, is that one of these Honda? That's a beauty, mate. They love pimping out their bikes here. They love pimping out their bikes. What's he selling? Selling drinks. It's all right. I will protect your identity. Good morning. He was again, that was an example. That was an expat drinking a Chang, mind you, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I've got my bloody coffee and he's sitting there sucking a Chang. He looked happy as pig in shit. But again, you know, I'm not a judgy person, guys. If you want to drink all night, you want to party your life away, that's your bloody prerogative, you know. Scotty carb, you know, that's your prerogative. You know, I can only celebrate other people's lives. I'm not here to tell anyone how to live them. Oh, here comes the tractor. This guy brings the boats down to the... Yeah, let's see if he'll give us a wave. And that van's past him too, on a double line. Nice. You know, I don't know, there's something, you know what's, I'm trying to articulate how I feel about this place without offending anybody. Not that I care, I don't give a shit about offending people, I like to just say it how it is, but there's something, I think the element of rebelliousness here is what attracts me the most. It's not the lady bars, and if I was single, that would be definitely be a, you know, something to think about. I think you could have a lot of fun here being single, man, there is no doubt. Hang on, I'm going to cross the road while I can. Yeah, jump over here. I definitely think you would really have to keep a lid on your partying here. And I mentioned that in the main video about me personally having that discipline and balance, not to, you know, go over the edge. Because, hey, I enjoy a good party with the lads, like everyone else. But you can't do it every day, man. It's not sustainable. You know, look, I've been in the music industry, film industry. I've done it all, and I've lived that life. And trust me, it's not sustainable. All right, we're at the beach. It's looking beautiful today. I really don't want to leave. And you know what? The joint does remind me of Da Nang, man, big time. All right, so we're on the beach here. Check it out, guys. Does that look like bloody... Reminds me of Da Nang. All the way down there. And again, I need more time, guys. You know, I can't... What do I see initially here is Jomtien is a good retirement place for a single old fella like me. He's still got a little bit of a party streak, can hold it together. Not all the time, but you know, you really need to be able to hold it together, guys, if you're going to come to a place like this, trust me. You know, it's more about self-control than it is about this place, because you can't blame the place, you know. Let me go along the beach because it's a lot quieter. You know, you can't blame. I hear all this stuff, you know, oh, Thailand did this and Thailand did that. It's not Thailand, mate, it's you. It's the person. You can let your life go anywhere, man. You can let your life go in Australia, but you can't blame the country just because it has the, you know, the temptations there. It's a bit like Vegas as well. You know, you go to Vegas, if you screw up in Vegas, whose fault is that? It's not Vegas, it's you. So, you know, we did the doco on John, and a few people came in and made comments like, oh, you know, Thailand's done this and Thailand's ruined people. Well, I disagree. It's not Thailand that ruined them. They ruin themselves because they just bring their problems to another country, and that is something I want to get into down the track and talk about how you prepare for a move to a country like this where there are lots of temptations for a Western man or woman as well. This isn't just for the men, and it's not just for the old boys as well. There's a lot of young guys, you young fellas out there who want to start a new life. Well, Thailand's perfect, mate. If you're someone who doesn't agree with the West and how we live over there, and you want to get out to a place like Thailand, mate, do it. Do it as soon as you can. And again, like I said, you just have to be self-disciplined, that's all. I'm not going to go into Grandpa Jeff lecture here, but you all know what I'm talking about. Because trust me, it's not that easy, right? Even for me. And I'm going to be doing a video soon on nomad life, because there's a difference between coming to a beautiful place like this and settling. See the islands out there. You know, this ain't bad considering we're 2 hours from Bangkok. This is actually I like it here. I could totally see myself having a place down here. You know, I've always said to my girlfriend, I want a place up north in the country, and I want a place on the beach. It just depends where we can get something cheap. And I'm not going to go all in on real estate, guys. You know, for me, because I mean the condo I will own, but if I go in on a house, I would chip in a little bit, but I'm not going to go in deep, because you just never know what's going to happen. And if you get involved in a house, I think you might as well kiss that money goodbye. But I see it as a long-term rental. That's how I see it. Anyway, I actually like it. At first I was like, the vibe here automatically was awesome. The old boys aren't bad. Look at them, they're everywhere, man. I don't want to, you know, intrude on people's privacy, but trust me, there are old expats everywhere. They're at the cafes, and you could see they've all got their routines, and they're not all drinking. You know, we can't make the assumption that everyone here in Jomtien is a pisshead that just sits around drinking. Now they're there, I see them everywhere, but it's not everybody. And that'd be me. I would be here. I would definitely have to get a condo with a gym. You want to get a gym and stay fit. For me, the hardest thing going back to nomad life is diet. Trying to keep a healthy lifestyle and diet when I'm traveling, because I'm pretty much touring around everywhere. I love it, and that's what I was saying before. I was in the music industry for 10 years touring, film industry, constantly traveling around the world. So I'm used to this nomadic existence, but it's not for everyone, guys. You know, I do love having the security of going back to a home wherever that might be. It doesn't matter for me where my home is, as long as I have a base. You know, I feel comfortable having a home base. So my home base at the moment is up north. I still have, you know, I still am a resident in Australia, I'll reiterate that, for tax reasons, but at the moment my nomad base is up north. So Jomtien today, we are off to Hua Hin, and we're going to do another profile. We're going to do a profile on that place, and we'll compare the two. But I've got to say, I'm actually really impressed with Jomtien, and but Pattaya is another level, man. That place is gnarly. Again, we'll cover that in another video. Pattaya reminds me, and sorry if I keep pronouncing it wrong, I'm learning. Pattaya reminds me of Bangkok, reminds me of Nana. You know, it is pretty hardcore. And the other thing I noticed in Pattaya the other night, we went cruising through there to film, was there is definitely a lack of Western presence in Pattaya. And even my girlfriend pointed it out. She said there are no Falang here. And we were walking street and a couple of other renowned alleys where they're full of lady bars, and there were beautiful women lined up for miles and no customers, guys. So I don't know what's going on there, and I'm pretty sure us Falang are leaving Thailand. I think a lot of people are heading over to Vietnam or whatnot. I don't know. You tell me what you think, guys, and if you're a local here in, if you're a local here in Pattaya or Jomtien, tell me what you think. Is the Western presence slowly disappearing? But judging by what I saw, I would say there's definitely something going on there. All right, I'm back. I had to change battery there. Yeah, definitely Western presence, but not here. You could tell here, there's still lots of Westerners, and you see them coming out in the morning too. All right, let's move on. What I'm gonna do, guys, we're coming back here, we're gonna be coming back, and this time I'll be here for 2 weeks, and I will be going out of my way to talk to expats. And if you live here in Jomtien and you are tuning into my channel and you want to share some of your stories with us, please reach out to me, because I want to talk to you guys and get it from the real deal. But I will be reaching out to some fellas when we come back. I'm not going to tell you why we're coming back, because I want to keep it a secret. It's going to be fun. You guys will love it. And but I'll be back here for 2 weeks, and yeah, we're going to be running a little bit of a muck in that 2 weeks. But what I am going to do is I'm going to head further south. I want to go to South Pattaya and Rayon and investigate some areas down there, and we'll see how it looks. There's a nice little bar here. All right, so you can see the development's definitely full scale here. There are buildings going up everywhere, and let's just hope they can fill them. Now you have these hotels up the back here, guys. I'll give you a little trade secret. I don't have a pool in my hotel, but I come to these, you can see these hotels, and then they have a pool across the road. Yeah, I just come over here, and what does it say? Other guests will be fined 200 baht. Please wear proper swimsuit. Swimming pools reserved for hotel guests. Other guests will be fined 200 baht. Well, how are they going to do that? Does that mean they're going to charge you 200 baht if I go and use that pool? But no one's going to know, guys. And they all have the red towels there. If you come here early, someone will leave their towel there. I mean, what you don't do is come here with a white towel from your hotel. So there's one here, all full of tourists. These are all bloody, most of these guys are actually Ruskies, but you can see they're all older. Jomtien seems to attract the older tourists, which isn't a bad thing. Because you definitely don't want to be taking your old bitty mum to Pattaya. Or the kids. It's definitely not family friendly. So here's another one up here. What's this called? The Grand Chalet King. Has a beautiful pool. I came here the other morning and slipped in a little dip. And there were no signs that said I couldn't do it, but I'll show you. In fact, I could have a dip now, but I've got to keep going because we're checking out today. Here's one here. Grand Chalet. I think they may have changed the name of this hotel. What's it called? What are the rules here? Dee. 7 to 8 o'clock. Yeah, it says nothing. Here, we'll go and take a little chill. There's a pool here. You can see these boys, they just rocked on over from another hotel. Got a little bar area. Mate, you could come here and buy drinks on an evening, swim, and these guys don't care. That's one thing I love about the culture here in Thailand, guys. No one cares about bending the rules. You know, it is what it is. Everyone's just so chilled. They're not all, you know, on your back. My God, if you tried this, you know, if you tried to do what I'm doing here in Australia, I'd have security on my ass. Oh, what are you doing? You know what I mean? There's just something about the can-do attitude and the we don't care, you know, as long as everyone's chilled. And if you're bringing something to the party, you know, bringing some money or buy a drink, yeah, it's not a problem. It's like going into, like sometimes I might have a can of beer from one restaurant and we'll go to another one, and you know, I can walk into an eatery with holding a can of beer. I'm not like vilified. They don't have a problem with it, you know. I said to Patchy the other night, oh, is it okay? You know, I don't want to, you know, piss anyone off. She's like, no, don't worry about it. It's all good. And she's right. No one cares. They just don't care. I think they got bigger things to worry about in this country, and it's just their culture. They're all chilled out. They're not all highly freaking strung and wired out like a lot of us Westerners are. And that's just the way it is, yeah. So here's the view. Here's my office today, guys. Our office this morning. This could be your life, guys, one day. If you want it to happen, you can make it happen. You just got to plan well, be disciplined, and make it happen. And you don't have to be retired. You young guys can do it. You don't have to be single. You can do it as a couple. I've seen a lot of couples over here. Actually saw a lot of couples in Vietnam as well. I met a lot of Western couples who'd left the West. Met some Canadians, Americans, but yeah, no, I'm really happy, guys. You know, I'm 8 months into the nomadic journey now, and I know it's only 8 months, but I know myself. I enjoy it. I enjoy the lifestyle. You know, I'll go back and chill out up north for 4 weeks and then back on the road. That's just how it is. That's what I want to do. And I need to be able to do that so I can discover amazing little places and towns that you generally don't hear about. That's really where I want to focus on the channel. It's not just coming to these sort of places, but also going to the more remote. Mate, I'm so tempted to get in that pool, but I'm not going to do it. I've got to go and do some filming this morning before we head out. So I'm going to push on and head back to the hotel. Patchy's back there just chilling out. We got a late checkout today because we've got a bus to get on at 3 o'clock. How cool is this? I managed to get a bus from Pattaya to Hua Hin. And this is what I mean. The transport system here, man, honestly, it's second to none. I don't care what anyone says. And yeah, I love it when I talk to some of my homies back home, like, oh, you know, they still use this term third world country. And it's not. It's not. Aussie? Where are you from? Yeah, I'll button off. Alrighty, we just had a little chat with a British expat who's been here for a very long time. How are you? Yeah, he was very nice man. Didn't want to be on camera. But yeah, we had a good chat with him, and yeah, he's one of your typical expats around here. But anyway, we are going to make our way back, guys. My batteries are dying. I'm going to have to put another battery in the camera. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. And I just wanted to take you on a little coffee tour this morning and just talk to you guys and be candid. I had to stop doing these walk and talks because I've just been working too hard, guys. I got to try and cut back my workflow a little bit because I'm spending far too much time on those smaller videos. So yeah, I got to try and trim it back a bit. But what I will be doing is I've had to paywall some of these walk and talks because I'm just not making enough on the advertising dollars. So I'm hoping I can encourage you guys to become members and support the channel. It's only $5 a month. It all adds up. So what I will be doing is releasing one of these a month, and then the other three I'm going to put in the members section, and hopefully build our community up there. Also Patreon as well. So Patreon will be getting some extra goodies in there behind the scenes. So I'm really got to put some effort into just increasing our income a little bit, because last month was a little light on, and all I've got to do really, guys, is pay for our trips here, you know. As long as we're paying for our trips for me to be able to make these videos. So trust me, I'm not sitting around on the beach drinking cocktails and you know, lapping it in here. I work really, really hard. In fact, I haven't had a day off since I've been to Jomtien, but I'm not complaining. I love it. It's my job. But like I said, I'm trying to encourage everyone to join the community, be members, support our cause, and I will go out to any location you guys want me to. If you there's some places you want me to go to, you let me know, and I'll put it on the list and we'll get out there. We're also going to be doing a Q&A very soon, so I'll put that out there today. But anyway, I'm going to cross this road. You guys have a lovely weekend. I hope you're all doing very well and you're all fit and healthy and making your plans to travel and get out there and explore life, because it really is a wonderful world. You guys take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Oi.